Hello, thanks for joining me. So, doing some more repairs here today. I took out a new system, a new old system here. This one is really dirty, and I've done some work on this already, so I'm just going to pop this open here. And just to show you what's going on, you can see, I mean, when I went to pull this off, this is just rusty all to heck. So I'm not sure that I really have a great way to clean this up, but I'm going to do some stuff, just try to get that shielding a little nicer. But anyway, so I was a little worried about this. The stated problem with it was that the power switch was broken. So I went ahead and felt this, and it's really stiff. Even now, it's still kind of stiff. But I went ahead and used some of this stuff. I just lubed it up really well, just toggled it back and forth a whole lot, and it seemed like it was getting better. Now the actual switch itself, and let me just take this off of here. Well, I'll show you like this. The switch itself was also broken inside here. The plastic was snapped. So what I did to start off with is I used the top from this one. I put that on there, and I plugged it in and tried it out. Once this switch actually was movable, and it didn't work at first, but with just a little bit of cleaning of the ports and the cartridge slot and all that stuff, it worked fine. Pretty amazing. So what I did then was I took this this switch here, and I actually took well, basically I had to snap this and take this part off of here. It's actually fused. The plastic gets melted, I guess, kind of like how this stuff is fused on there. So I just kind of had to snap this plastic off, took this switch out, and I super glued the broken part back onto it, and I also fused the plastic. I just heated up my iron and used a tip that I didn't care too much about. Just fused the plastic together so that this switch is functional. And I basically did the same thing when I was putting this back on. I glued it, and I just fused the plastic together. So there is that. So this is actually the original top. I was considering switching it out for the other top, but I don't think I'll need to. I checked this time, this LED works, so yeah, so this is coming along pretty well. I tested everything out, and everything seems to work except, again, for this reset button. So I don't know if this is a really common problem with the Genesis where these reset buttons go bad or what, but I'm going to look into getting a replacement for these, so maybe I have a few kicking around. I can just desolder the old ones and put a new one on that maybe especially has a more reliable mechanism would be nice, and go from there. But yeah, so if I can get this reset button working on this, we'll be doing pretty good. Okay, so I'm in the process of just cleaning this board up a little bit more. You can see it's still a little rusty, but this really was rusted pretty badly. So I just tried to kind of shine up some of the exposed areas here and just get that looking a little bit nicer. I think it's doing pretty well. So here's this now after I've just scrubbed it up a little bit. I've sanded it a little bit. It's still, it's really splotchy. It's still kind of rusty, especially kind of in there. It's just kind of blah. But really, I kind of just did what I could. I think this is definitely better than it was, and I'm going to put this back together, and we'll see how it's working. Alrighty, so here's the broken, or the really dirty, rusty machine that had the broken power switch. So I went ahead and repaired that. The reset button is still broken, and what I've done is I've ordered some parts, an assortment of momentary tactile switches. So those are going to be coming, and I'm going to see if any of those are an appropriate size to make a replacement for this. But for now, let's just turn this on, and we'll make sure that it's working now that it's all cleaned up here. I put Ranger X in there to give us a little bit of a different, some variety here. Okay, so we've got sound, we've got picture. Press the start button there. Controller seems to be working well, hopefully this time. Okay, so Our directions are working well. We can, whoops, we're turned right now. Oh, that's right, the two of the buttons turn you around. Oh, that's cool. And a flamethrower. I mean, what game with a flamethrower is bad? Seriously. So there you go. So one scrap heap Genesis to one working Genesis, sans reset switch, LED and everything. So very excited. Another one that is working. And we'll go ahead and take a look at that last one here, see what we can do with that. So I want to give you a little bit of an update on the other machine here. This is actually the one that I boldly declared in my last video was fully working again. And lo and behold, right after I said that, I tested out the controller, and actually two of the buttons were not working anymore. So I've gone ahead and desoldered this port here. Okay, so so here's that connector, and you can see here one of the pins just kind of broke off, and I wasn't really being rough with this even. I think it's just indicating that really one of these was weak. I went ahead and tested continuity on all of these, and you know, one of these pins just wasn't getting really good contact. It was a little loose. I think it was just because, you know, this this board was just old, and you know, the whole thing was kind of rusty, and obviously it'd been out in some moisture, and I think it just hadn't been used in a long time. So just using it a couple times, putting that controller in and out, was enough to knock this out. So my plan, of course, was to use one of the controller ports from my parts board, but as you can see here, the other board actually had these screwed on, and these are some sort of I don't know, little eyelet clip thing, and I have no idea how to get this off of here, other than maybe, I don't know, drilling through these or something. It almost looks like, you can see I actually pulled at this quite a bit, almost looks like maybe these are two pieces, like you could maybe snap this out and push this forward, but I could not manage to do anything like that. So if anybody has any idea how to get these ports off of this particular revision of the motherboard, let me know. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to try to pick up a replacement, something similar to this, to put on the other board. Alright, so here's the last of my 5 machines that I picked up to repair. And I had no idea what is wrong with this. I haven't cleaned it up, I haven't done anything to it, I'm just plugging it in for the first time. Let's see if we get anything here. Oh, look at that. Well, we got something. LEDs on. Let's go ahead and see if the controls work here. That looks good. Okay, so we had directions. Ooh, up. Up might not be working. I thought that was a that would launch us in the air. Huh. Okay, well, let's see about the buttons. That works. That works. Okay, well, I'll double check on that. Down seems to be working, and left and right. So, so I'll check that with maybe a different game. We're definitely getting sound. This seems decent. So reset. Oh wow, the reset button doesn't even move. So this might be another one of those ones with a bum reset. That seems to be the most common problem currently. Headphones are fine. Okay, so oh, hang on. Okay, not getting much on the AV out either. So maybe I'll take a look at that. That should be working. Yeah, alright, well, let's dig into this. We'll check that reset button, maybe see if we can get the AV working, and see if that all the controller directions work. Okay, so so for that reset button, I just got I got some of that spray down in there, and it was just kind of glued. It was, you know, gooey, just kind of gummed up. So Now I can move that, I can slide that back and forth just a little bit. You can hear that? So that's loosened up. So that's good. Okay, so I just you know, kind of cleaned up the contacts just a little bit, and we have that reset button unstuck now. So let's go ahead and look, and we'll see if there's any difference here. All right, so that is the AV, and we're still not getting anything on that I can see. That seems like it is right out. So we'll switch to AV. Okay, looks pretty good. Turn the volume up, make sure that's working still. So reset. Not doing too much, I'm hitting it. And so it looks like that same issue with the reset button. So unless I want to cannibalize something else, well actually I guess I don't have anything else to cannibalize. I gotta rely on those replacements there. We'll see if we can get that working. I don't know, I guess that's a really common issue with these. Those reset buttons must just get old, and around this age they stop working. I'm still not entirely sure what's up with that video either, so well, let's try to figure this out. Just an addendum here. One positive thing is the cleaning does seem to have gotten the up direction working, so that's one good thing. Okay, so we're just going to do a little test on the video here. So I don't have a game in here obviously, but I've got power running to the board and it's on. We're just going to check the voltage out on the video here. Do it like that. So we can see nothing. No signal coming out of that at all. Now let's go ahead and check the power going in to the box. And we can see we've got like 4.7 volts, something like that. So that's the board that we're working on here that isn't working with the video. Let's go ahead and check a good board. Okay, we're going to make the same test here. And we can see coming out of this we have about the same 4.8, something like that. And if we check the power going into it, same thing. So we've got the same coming out that we had going in on this one and not on the other one. So that leads me to believe that that actual, you know, whatever that little RF box is on there is not working properly. So I'm going to see, I guess, if I can just replace that part somehow. Alright, so update on the progress here. I'm trying to just desolder this this RF box from the board. So you can see here I managed to desolder this area, but this is connected here, here, and here, and those are some bigger joints. And what I found is I don't have a tip for my iron that's really sufficient to heat those up properly to get that off of there. So I've gone ahead and ordered another tip. So I'm waiting on that. As soon as I get that, I'm going to try to swap this out. And I was a little worried at first, but it turns out there are two sizes of RF boxes that were used on these boards, and this will actually accommodate either of them. The larger one connects here, the smaller one connects down here, and it has actually joined there. So once I get that, I'm going to swap that out. I was also able to order some of those controller ports. Thank you, Internet. I was very excited to find those. Now, I had enough trouble finding it that I basically just went with the first place that I found. It was a little pricey. They ended up being about $4 each, but you know, I think that's entirely reasonable for repair on these old boards with a new part. And you know, I'll have a few extras, so if I get some more Model 1 Genesises that have trouble with the controller port, I'll be able to swap those out. So I'm just waiting on the reset switches to come in too. I can go ahead and try swapping those out, and hopefully we'll have 4 fully functional machines. We have resets, this RF box problem, and the controller port. That's all that I know of. So unfortunately this is going to be a to be continued, but I really hope that you guys will join me again to see the conclusion of my Genesis repairs here. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. This is something that I enjoy, so I just kind of wanted to bring you guys along for the ride while I try this out. I might be doing some more repair stuff in the future. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next time.